Meteorologist Alexandra Steele is tracking our weather at home, keeping a very close eye on this massive Dorian, now a Cat 5. Alexandra, are we going to feel any impacts here?
You know, we really won't. It really will be a beautiful weekend here. Yesterday, we had 91 degrees. Today, just a mix of sun and clouds for the both few days today and even into Monday. So really will not be too impactful. But the closer this comes to the coast in terms of its track, the Georgia coast could be impacted with some winds and maybe even some rain now, contingent upon how close this comes. So look at this thing, 200 miles wide. You know, since 1990, only 2 hurricanes with 150-mile-per-hour winds have impacted the Bahamas. So this is really going to be just a massive, real huge scenario for these people. Look at this. This is this incredible hurricane. Right now, the latest advisory just coming up at the top of the hour has it now 160 maximum sustained winds at 160 miles per hour. So people here in the Northwest Bahamas staring down the eye of this thing. Look at this. It's so well organized now. It has strengthened now to the strongest it has been thus far. Moving west at 8 miles per hour, and there's a few problems with this. A, strengthening is expected to continue. B, as slow as this is, it's expected to even stall further. So can you imagine this massive hurricane, about 200 miles wide, coming over the Bahamas here in the northwestern Bahamas. This is Grand Bahama Islands. This is Freeport. Nassau is about 100 miles south of that, and the Abaco Islands and the Keys around that. That's where this is really just about to roll over. And what it's going to do, 36 hours of 100-mile-per-hour winds, storm surge, meaning water rise 15 to 20 feet with maybe 20 inches of rain. So that's the expectation for the Northwest Bahamas. So in terms of the forecast models, now the trend in the last 12 hours, believe it or not, has been taking the center of circulation now farther west once again, where it started in Florida. Although the preponderance of the computer models keeping it the center offshore, but the farther west it comes, that certainly poses bigger problems for the Florida coast and of course the entire eastern seaboard up into the mid-Atlantic. So will that trend continue? That's the million-dollar question. And so when the next computer model run comes out every 6 hours at 11, we'll know a little bit more. But it's so slow moving, we're not talking until Friday till it makes its way toward the North Carolina coast. So I wanted to show you one computer model to kind of get a perspective. This is the European model. This is tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. This is still the Bahamas, mind you. So this is still interacting and impacting these people with 100-mile-per-hour winds. By Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you can see, look, the southern side of this is still there with this computer model. 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Now we take it to 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. The center of circulation is still offshore. So again, if the trend continues west, of course, that brings bigger impacts here to the coast and even farther inland. This computer model Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and then watching it potentially move ashore here somewhere in the Carolina coast. So that's what this is doing, and then taking it out to sea. And with that even function, bringing maybe 6 to 10 inches of rain now to the Carolina coast. So, you know, it's so contingent upon what these models are doing. And the problem is the steering currents are weak, so there's nothing to drive it and steer it. So it's like throwing a balloon into the water. You can push it and then you know where it's going, and that's a steering current. You throw that balloon up and go and it's on its own accord, and that's really what's happening. So we're just kind of trying to track that, which is really difficult. Here are the tropical alerts now for Florida, which we did not have yesterday. We do have tropical storm warnings for central Florida. So Fort Pierce, you can see where we are here, Palm Beach, Boynton Beach, Vero Beach, Palm Beach down to Boca. And then just north of Miami, we have some tropical storm watches, and that includes possibly Fort Lauderdale, even Pompano Beach. Now the tropical storm warnings, meaning that we will see tropical storm force winds within 36 hours in these areas. A watch, the potential is there, and we're expected to see them within 36 hours where we have the warning area. So that's a little bit farther north. But that can change. If this thing trends a little bit farther west, then that will change, and then they'll get more severe. So here we are in terms of Atlanta. The farther south you go, more cloud cover. Farther north and west, we've got clearer skies. Temperatures starting out in the 60s and 70s. Right now 62 in Blairsville, 72 here in Atlanta. As we head through the afternoon, we are seeing some clouds around. But like yesterday, we're going to break out into some sunshine. But also there's some isolated showers, just about a 20% chance for a few showers today. 88 degrees, so in and out of the clouds and sun. Tomorrow, again, a similar setup. Pretty decent weekend, right? Partly sunny today, again in and out of the clouds and sun today. Tomorrow, 91 degrees. And then as we head toward this coming week, assuming this stays offshore, we really won't be impacted. And watch our temperatures warm. Average high is 86 now in Atlanta. We're going to see temperatures in the low 90s for the entire week ahead.